using the Mystic Mondays again out here on the porch this time, where we got this little glass table. I'm assuming it's glass. I already shuffled up the cards. Since I'm holding my phone today, I'm just gonna randomly pull. I'll take this one. This one. And that one. Ooh. Oh wow, I don't know if these are gonna be upside down now. Oh, we have the Four of Swords here. So today may be a rest day. It's gonna be a rest day for me. I'm so excited. I slept. I went to bed. I've been going to bed around midnight or a little bit before, and waking up around 7. Then I'll try to get some more sleep and get out of bed at like between 8 and 9. But I was like, you know, if I'm doing these for the day, what's this? The World? No, the Three of Cups. Oh. Interesting. This is about celebration, community, potentially reconciliation. It's a coming together. Let's see. I wish I turned the brightness on my phone up a little bit, because I'm trying to like use my phone. That Four of Pentacles again. Is this the King of Swords or the Knight? Yeah, that's the King of Swords. I haven't seen that King of Swords a lot. This table a little dusty. Oh my gosh, and the Queen of Swords. Okay, well, y'all saw me randomly pick those. Well, we have the Three of Cups with the King and the Queen of Swords. So that's already, this could be some type of... they're looking in opposite directions. So immediately right off the bat, what this is telling me is that the Suit of Swords could be related to the Suit of Truth. And so it's like there's been our internal truth and the external truth haven't necessarily been in alignment in the past. And it seems like the external truth has been more focused on the systems that already are, the powers that already be, instead of those that will come into being. And since there's been this mismatch, it's almost like this process has been slowed down and delayed. Because everything on the table is fluid, except for this. And I think I'm touching the right thing, yeah. And so, to bring this into balance and alignment, we would do this, where they're both sort of looking at things as they are. So I think in order to bring balance to the external world, in some ways we have to pay attention to it, right? We kind of sort of have to know what's broken before we know how to fix it. And in this deck, neither one of these cards really has their sword at the ready. But even like this, it's like she's holding her hand up. It's like they be facing each other now. But with her hand up like that, it's almost like it's pressed up against a wall, and this would be the wall that separates them. So it's like almost no matter how you arrange or rearrange these, they would never really meet. Unless we do this. Right? And then this would be, I mean, this could go either way, right? But I prefer it this way because this would be the King of Swords turning his back on It's like he would have graduated through these external systems to really claim what's on the inside. So on some level, this could be us on a soul level, and this could be us on a more conscious level. Because the Queen of Swords, she's not absolute truth, but she's a truer truth than anything you would find here. Because everything in the Suit of Pentacles is physical, right? And so if we look at the physical nature of matter, if I look at this table, I'll never really understand the things that the table is made up of, besides the material, right? It's like if this table is made of plastic, or this is, if it's made of glass, what's glass made out of? Sand or silicates that have been heated? But what's that made out of? When you go to the material, it's always made out of something. But when it comes to the mental, if we're aware, we can kind of sort of feel or trace where the origin of a thought is. Does it begin with us, or is it something that we've picked up from the outside? And this is about really understanding or delineating the things that are us from the things that aren't us, from the things that have become us. Right? Because originally it was this. Oops. The Queen of Swords is on the ground now, y'all. But she still face up. She aight. Originally it was like this. So he is focused more, it's like the external is focused on the external, this being the Suit of Pentacles, it's the world around us. And the internal is like there's no shared vision here. And so with this Three of Cups up here, it's all about aligning these two to create a more cohesive image or picture. And with the more cohesive picture, then instead of us being more external dominant, we could have a healthier balance between the internal and external. Because to be internally dominant isn't necessarily extremely helpful either. Right? Because the world is a reflection of us, but at the same time, the way that time and density works here, some things of the world have already been set by those who come before us. So it's like it's reflections building on top of each other when it comes to larger, more social spaces, right? And so now we have to look at how the reflections that came before have worked themselves into us to get us to continue to create or be bystander to the continuation of those reflections, if that makes any sense. To keep the systems going, y'all, basically, and it kind of sort of isn't enough to just turn inside, because attention and focus works both ways. It's both internal and external. And sometimes you have to look outside to see what is you, what isn't you, what you like, what you don't like, and what you will change. And that's literally like, what we do. As we say, like, oh, if you don't like this person or that person, it's a reflection of you. The reflection highlights it to be addressed on the internal. Now going from the internal to external, that's, I believe, where they would raise their swords to carve at these 4 pentacles. And these are like raw. And then to form some kind of shape from them. So that's what I got today. It wasn't as succinct and straightforward as I would have hoped. But I'm going to upload this, because if this is supposed to be something helpful for today, it would be useful to know like earlier, right? Or at least I think it would be. So, have a good one.